Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the virtual induction. Today is Thursday, November 6th, 2025. This is also an informal meeting, and you will learn some information about Alpha Sigma Lambda. I do always cover this information because I have found that for some students who join, since this is an honor society, this really is the only time that I interact with some of our inductees. That's unfortunate because we do strive to also be a service organization. The meeting is informal. This is not a formal induction, so you will be able to ask questions, and this recording will be uploaded to Zoom. So again, welcome. Fall 2025 virtual induction. This is our program, and we'll follow the program the way that it is printed. The first thing is welcome and opening remarks. So again, welcome. We are so happy to have you to join Alpha Sigma Lambda. Your hard work has paid off, and this is the reason that you have been invited to join. I want to go over some of the history of Alpha Sigma Lambda, but first, I want us to meet the sponsors. So I'll stop sharing my screen briefly for the introduction of the chapter sponsors. I am Victoria Jackson Gray. I am the chapter counselor. That is the way that counselor is spelled. I always make sure that students are fully aware that that is the proper spelling of this counselor or counselor. I am not a counselor, Counselor. I am married and I do have two adult daughters, and I am very proud of them. They're both law school graduates, and they both attended undergraduate school at Howard University in Washington, D.C., which is an HBCU. And my older daughter served as Miss Howard her senior year. I have taught here at Southwest for 25 years now. I earned my 25-year pin last April of this year. Before I started teaching at Southwest, I taught for several years at Rust College, about 60 years in Holly Springs, Mississippi. And I am a graduate of the University of Mississippi, affectionately known as Ole Miss. That's where I earned my bachelor's and my master's. I'm also a graduate of Memphis Theological Seminary. I earned my MD of my Master of Divinity degree there in 2023, although I marched in 2024. Unlike when I was an undergraduate, I graduated with a 4.0. I was very serious about school and seminary. And I am a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. I am chapter counselor and sponsor for Alpha Sigma Lambda since we chartered ASL. Professor Ghaffarian and Professor Grady, along with Cynthia Elliott, who's no longer an advisor or sponsor for Alpha Sigma Lambda, but she is advisor for another club. And so that's a segue for Professor Ghaffarian to tell you about her. I will go over this in our chapter meeting. We have a chapter meeting next Wednesday. And so I'll go over my duties and the duties of the officers at that time. You are, however, able to read them here. They'll be in the recording. You can look at them there. And as I said in the chapter meeting, I'll review this again. All right, Professor Ghaffarian.
Hi, I'm Manos Ghaffarian. Everybody calls me Miss G because most people cannot pronounce my last name. I am originally from Iran, but I got my degrees from here in the United States. I have a master's degree in accounting which I got it from University of Memphis, and I have a master's degree in economics, which I got it from Cal Poly Pomona. I've been teaching at Southwest since 2005. So it's been a long time, and I'm probably will be going for another few years before I say goodbye. But I love teaching. And when I'm in class, I really enjoy it. So I will probably be teaching as long as I can. You guys, some of you have been in touch with me because I am also the money person for ASL, and I will be receiving your money, and I will be bugging you if you don't send it to me. But I'm so happy to be here with
Thank you so much. Professor Grady, she said that she was experiencing some problems with logging on. She lives in a somewhat rural area of Tennessee. These are Professor Gafarian's duties, as she has just told you. And so I know that several of you have already been in touch with her. All right, next on the program, we have finished this. We can check this. Now I want to cover some history of Alpha Sigma Lambda. And I will talk about Northwestern in focus, and Northwestern is Northwestern University, and then Southwest in view, and that's Southwest Tennessee Community College. Northwestern in focus is the national history, and Southwest in view is this chapter history. This is the Sigma Tau Psi chapter of Alpha Sigma Lambda Honor Society. This is not a sorority or a fraternity, as you know. So we will forego this description of student officer responsibilities until the chapter meeting, but I will reach out to you to see if you are interested in serving as president, vice president, recorder slash secretary, publicist for the torch, or SAC representative. If you are the president, the vice president, the recorder, or the publicist, you may also serve as SAC representative because that's an ad hoc position. You'll be able to see the responsibilities here on the screen display. First, for the president, we do want to fill this position. This will look good on your resume. For vice president, I have taken that one out. For publicist slash recorder, secretary, and then for SAC representative. The president and vice president serve roughly the same role. The vice president assists and then fills in if the president is not present to navigate the meetings, the chapter meetings. The president is supposed to be navigating chapter meetings rather than the chapter counselor. And so we will try to get a president in place by next Wednesday if we get a volunteer for tonight, and I will help to train you for that position, which is not very demanding. It just looks good on the resume. Next, we'll talk about Scholars of Service, or SOS, also used sometimes for help, and the 3C. That's the focus of our community service and service learning after we've had the history lesson. So without any further delay, the history of Alpha Sigma Lambda. We're going to start with the national history. Much of it is symbolic. Some of it is the history in symbols, as you're about to see right now. Again, Alpha Sigma Lambda is an honor society, not a secret society, not a Greek lettered social organization. The Alpha stands for First, the Greek letter sigma stands for scholarship, and the Greek letter lambda stands for leadership. First in scholarship and leadership. So these Greek letters are part of the symbolism, the symbols. And then you see a book on the Alpha Sigma Lambda Shield, Love of Knowledge. I know that all of you love knowledge. This is why you were invited, because you've done so well in your studies. And then wisdom, of course, get understanding with knowledge. Wisdom is the principal thing. And so knowledge with wisdom, how to apply that knowledge. And then the torch is for life. First in scholarship and leadership then is the motto of ASL. Don't forget that. It will be on the quiz. And in case you're chuckling a little, there is a quiz at the end, but I won't grade you. You may visit the website for more in-depth information, but for a quick overview of some of the national history. Alpha Sigma Lambda is a national honor society, and ASL invites based on standards of excellence, academic excellence, and also the extra responsibility of balancing family, work, as so many working adults have to do. The reason that Roland Posey founded Alpha Sigma Lambda was to recognize the hard work, the contributions of high achieving adult students, defined as a student who is at least 25 years of age. Roland Posey started Alpha Sigma Lambda at Northwestern University, which is in Evanston, Illinois. Don't forget that. It will be on the quiz. So he organized the Alpha, or first chapter, in the winter of 1945, 1946. And the purpose was to, quote, bind together in one society. And sometimes ASL is called the society. In one society, the excellent students within the university college, in order to provide a stimulus to and recognition for their worthy efforts to make best use of their college years. From the outset, he wanted this to be a national honor society and not just local to Northwestern. Today, his dream has been realized. There are more than 300 active ASL chapters here in the United States. There's a chapter at the University of Memphis, which is a four-year institution, as you know. There's a chapter at Harvard, which is the Phi Beta chapter, almost Phi Beta Kappa, but that's a separate honor organization. And then all chapters choose their names. It's not a name that's assigned alphabetically or randomly. ASL is proud of all chapters, whether at an Ivy League institution such as Harvard, whether at a college such as Dartmouth, which has an ASL chapter, or at two-year colleges such as our beloved Southwest. ASL is the oldest and the largest chapter-based adult honor society. And you see that it's a member of the Association of College Honor Societies. Some chapters are what used to be known as honorary chapters, offering inductions only. That has been the de facto status of our chapter in recent years. About the last 4 induction cycles, the last 3. But we are attempting to change that. We do need to get student officers in place. In order for us to perform community service activities, we need students. I was doing this at one point, but I'm not a student at Southwest. And so if I go to Hungry Turkey Run and I run in the 5K on behalf of ASL, I would probably walk this year. And if I participate in another 5K for charity, then that is good. But this is a student honor society. Some students just want recognition, and that's okay because as we now look at the brief history of ASL at Southwest, ASL was chartered for the threefold purpose of recognizing adult students, retaining adult students, and then recruiting adult students once we have let them know that there is a place for them to interact, to interface, to intermingle. Iron sharpens iron, to share their success stories, to encourage one another. The only problem with that is, well, oftentimes, adult students are so busy with other obligations, all students nowadays. So the threefold purpose: recognition, retention, and recruitment of adult students. Our first induction, don't forget this, it will be on the quiz, was held April 28th, 2016 in Fulton Auditorium. Celeste Riley, remember her name, was our very first president of Alpha Sigma Lambda. And Celeste earned 2 degrees from Southwest. And she was therefore able to serve as president for the first 3 years. All inductees will read a pledge at the end of today's ceremony, not because this is a Greek lettered honor society, a Greek lettered sorority or fraternity. Sororities and fraternities, you have to memorize your Greek alphabet. I know from A to Z, from Alpha to Omega, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon, Zeta, Eta, Theta, Iota, Kappa, Lambda, Mu, Xi, Omicron, Pi, Rho, Sigma, Tau, Epsilon, Phi, Chi, Psi, Omega. We won't have you doing anything along those lines, but you will read a pledge to continue to do what you're doing. You'll also receive a pen, a bookmark, and a certificate. No longer do we provide membership cards because the national office does not supply them. No longer offers membership cards. And then the book, the covers, I meant to take that out. These are sometimes damaged in the handling, or there's some imperfections, and students ask about that. So we don't offer those anymore either. We have made it now to the reading of the some of the membership benefits first, and then the reading of the biographies. One benefit that students really appreciate, really look forward to, is that we do now offer the seal on the Southwest diploma. So if you are a graduating senior, just as there will be a seal on your certificate, there will also be the ASL seal on your diploma/degree. ASL is also designated on your transcript. If for some reason you graduate, get your transcript, and it's not there, just contact the records office and let them know that it needs to be there. Other benefits of membership. You can read over these. I'll pause just for a moment so that this is displayed in the recording and here on this slide as well. But recognition, retention, recruitment, yes, the order would be recruitment and then retention and recognition. ASL offers scholarship opportunities, but this is need-based. Students have to show a need, demonstrate a need, write a letter, and you don't have to be a member of Alpha Sigma Lambda, just a student at Southwest. But usually ASL members apply. Don't forget that, because I won't get a chance to interact with some of you at chapter meetings. Some students don't attend. Hopefully you will. I'm asking that you do so. But if you don't, bear in mind that every year in the spring, the scholarship opportunities are available and you may apply. So this repeats what you saw earlier, just the recognition, retention, and recruitment. And with paid induction fee, these three, ASL certificate, ASL bookmark, and ASL pin. We do ask you to commit to 1 hour of community service in collaboration with a service learning project or that Southwest is sponsoring. And the food bank needs food, desperately needs food, certainly in these times with the government shutdown and the threats to SNAP benefits and so forth. And so, if you would like to donate on behalf of ASL, let me know at the chapter meeting, and I'll tell you how to drop off and where to drop off your canned goods. Community service and service learning opportunities after the introduction of the inductees. And it is now time for you to shine. So inductees, get ready. I'll be calling you in the order, or you will read your slide in the order that you see the slides in the PowerPoint presentation. Some slides I either did not get or I did not see. They were lost in the mix. I emailed that I did not have slides for 5 students. So I'm going to stop sharing for just a moment, and then we'll return to screen share. Let me make sure that there's no one else in the waiting room. I don't want anyone to miss the induction. If you've invited family members or you've invited friends, want to make sure that no one is left in the waiting room. I will also check my email one more time to see if anyone else sent a PowerPoint slide, and then we will put you to reading. I apologize for the brief pause. I don't see another one, but hopefully you received the email that I did not have yours.
Dr. Gray,
Yes.
I did send you mine, but unfortunately it was in a Word document. I missed the part about it being a PowerPoint file, but I did send you something about 10 minutes before the call.
Okay. All right. You sent me a personal bio in Word format. All right.
Yes, sorry about
All
that.
right. All right. That's fine. And I don't think anyone else did. No one else said that you did. Before we do a going once and going twice. All right. Well, then it is your time to shine. You will read your bio, and of course, you may ad lib. It is your bio, so you may read it the way that you would like. I will display what you sent to me. Um, it won't have a picture, Jason. All right. You didn't send a picture, but I'll display what you sent to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So again, it is your time to shine, inductees. If um, I mispronounce, and you know what? I'm not going to attempt to pronounce your name. What I'll do is I will have you to just, when you see your slide, you will come on and say who you are and just read what's there. And if we get to a student who is not here, I'll make an attempt to pronounce the name. But other than that, I'll allow you to pronounce your own name. All right, so it is now time for you, as I said, to shine. Let me share my screen again. share. You all can see my screen, right? All right. Well, when you see your name, please begin reading.
Do we need to show our faces also?
Yes.
Okay, one
If
second.
you would like, please show your face. That would be great. If you're on two devices, please mute one of them.
Okay, one second here. Okay, hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Christina AC. I am originally from Memphis, Tennessee. My major is big management. I am expected to graduate spring of 2026. I am a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and the National Society of Leadership and Success. My hobbies are feeding and helping those who are less fortunate, um, traveling, learning about different cultures, working in my garden, cooking, reading, and I can't see the rest of this bio.
Oh, you put
It's not
learning.
letting me see the
Yes,
bottom
and
half.
then you didn't finish the bottom. So I left it at learning. That looked good. Cooking,
Oh,
reading, learning.
okay. Okay.
I thought that worked
And
out well.
learning. Um, nice to meet. Okay, nice to meet everyone. Glad to be on this journey.
Thank you so much. Welcome. Do you have
You're
guests who
welcome.
want to cheer
Thank
you
you.
on? And after you've read your bio, if you have guests, they're welcome to unmute and cheer for you.
Okay. I do have some guests. I'm not sure if they want to unmute or not,
All
but they
right.
are here.
All right.
Congratulations, Christina.
Oh, is that your mom?
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Should I go ahead, Dr. Gray?
Yes, when you see your name,
Okay.
just go ahead.
Okay. So my name is Jason Alcock. I do realize I omitted a couple of things that I wanted to add on here. I was born in Canada and I became a naturalized U.S. citizen in 2016. I'm a returning adult student at Southwest, and I'm pursuing the Tennessee transfer pathway, Associate of Science in Business Administration. And I'm planning to pursue my bachelor's when I'm done here, either at MTSU or at Purdue. I also previously attended at St. Louis Community College, where, as I understand, our current college president got her start as well as an administrator. So found that interesting after I joined. So I've already spent 25 years in the working world, and I left my career in 2018, in January of 18. My wife was afforded an opportunity to accept a foreign duty assignment for her employer in Germany. So we moved there for about 4.5 years before coming back and relocating to the Memphis area, and where I've decided to pursue my education because I realized, obviously, without having it, it's hindering my job search. Most of my volunteer work is done with the Civil Air Patrol, which is the United States Air Force Auxiliary. They have a cadet program for teens and young adults to teach them how to fly. It teaches them STEM education and leadership as well. And I also volunteer with the Junior Achievement of Greater Memphis. My wife and I have been married for 22 years, and we have one son who's 11 and in sixth grade at Collierville Middle School. And we've also got two dogs and a cat. And as a family, one of the things we enjoy the most is traveling. When we did live in Europe for those 4.5 years, we pretty much visited every country in Western Europe. Got to go to the Middle East, Africa, and Asia as well. And that is one thing where I really feel that travel opens your eyes to other cultures to learn that maybe things aren't so different when you go over and meet people from other countries and cultures. And then I think that that's probably been my best learning opportunity in life. So I'm happy to be here. I'm also a member of Phi Theta Kappa and the National Society of Leadership and Success.
Thank you.
And I
Do you
do
have
not have any
anyone to cheer
guests.
you? No guests. All right.
No guests.
Okay, thank
Thank you.
you.
Nice to meet everyone.
Is David here? Looks like no. If so, we'll come back at the end. Again, when you see your name displayed, you may begin telling us about yourself. You don't have to read this verbatim. You can just tell us about yourself.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Ariel. I'm originally from Memphis. I'm majoring in nursing. Once I finish my prereqs here, which next spring will be my last semester, I will be attending the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. Um, my hobbies are traveling, and shopping. I recently just left Japan about 2 weeks ago, right before the shutdown started. I'm also a government employee, so just imagine being on vacation, finding out that the government is shut down. I don't have any kids, but I am the youngest girl. And that just sums it up.
All right. Thank you.
No
Do you
problem.
have anyone to cheer you on?
No,
We'll
ma'am.
wait just a minute. All right. See if I can move this over. Well, I can't, but that's Lakiva Banks. Are you here? All right, our next inductee. Miriam, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Oh, there you go.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Miriam Barrera. I'm from Mexico, and my major is health science. I expect to graduate in fall 2026. I am member of the HA Tika Kappa Honor Society. My hobbies are baking, traveling, attending the movie theater, and spending time with my family. I am single. I have 2 children. Um, Upon graduation, I expect to continue with my bachelor's, and I want to do maybe psychology or something like that. But I'm just thinking about it. And nice to meet you, everyone.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, I'm listening for cheering. If I don't hear any, I move on.
Hello, my name is Tiffany Dixon. I'm currently a student at Southwest, and my major is business administration. I expect to graduate in the spring of 2026. I'm also a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Um, my hobbies are eating, traveling, spending time with family. Something I didn't mention is I am also a mother, a wife, a working professional, and a full-time student. Um, Upon graduating, I am going to transfer to the University of Memphis to further my studies and ultimately obtain a BBA in management and use this degree to re-enter corporate America.
All right.
And
Thank
congratulations to
you.
everyone, and I don't have any guests.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany.
Hi everyone.
Liliana?
Hi everyone, my name is Liliana Flores. I am originally from Mexico and I moved here to the Memphis area in 2012. My major is health and science. I expect to graduate in the spring of 2026. I am also planning on attending either UTHSC nursing program or Baptist Health and Science University. I am a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. My hobbies are running, working out, reading, and overall just spending time with my family. I also enjoy playing rugby, which I haven't played in a long time. Um, I have a son. His name is Mateo. And upon graduation from Southwest, I plan, like I said, to attend nursing school and continue to see if I can get my master's degree in nursing. And I don't have any guests.
All right. Thank you, Liliana. That's right.
Hello.
Hand clap. Hello.
My name is Kiasha Higgins. I am originally from Memphis. My major is nursing, and I expect to graduate in spring of 2026 as well. My hobbies are reading, traveling. I'm currently on a cruise ship right now,
Wow.
skating, and hanging out with a very select group of family and very close friends. I am married to Jamie for 10 years and we have four children. They are 22, 20, 19, and 11. And we have a big fur baby, Roxy. She's a Rottweiler. And upon graduation, I plan to attend the University of Memphis, Lowenberg College of Nursing. And I have my sister, my best friend, and my oldest girl in here, and my
Oh,
husband right here.
all right. All right. Well, you have a lot of support.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. We see some hand clapping going on. I saw Dominique. I know that Dominique did tell me, though, that she would not be participating, but congratulations anyway. And hopefully we'll see Dominique at some of the future chapter meetings. But welcome, Dominique.
Good evening, everyone. My name is
Hello.
Lisa Johnson. I'm originally from Memphis. I went to Northside High School. I'm majored in hospitality management with a concentrated food and beverage. I'm expected to graduate in the spring of 2026. Um, I chose hospitality management because cooking is a passion. I was doing culinary arts at first, and then I changed my major to food and beverage. I've been pretty much all over the south and east of the US cooking with different catering events. I'm also a member of the National Society of Leadership and Success. My hobbies are reading, traveling, spending time with family and friends, and tending to my garden. My most recent travel was October 2023. I went to Africa, I went to Ghana for about a week. That was a phenomenal experience. It gave me a lot of insight of what we do over here and how we're so similar, like even though we're so far apart. I have one child. She's a girl. Her name is Jocelyn. She's 8. And after graduating, my plans is to further my career at Southland and start developing a business plan for owning my own restaurant here in Memphis.
Wow.
All right. Yes, wow. We have some accomplished inductees who've been traveling and giving back and cooking. We need to get an event and just have you to cater it for us. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to force you to do that. You can volunteer.
Oh,
We might be able to use your services at the formal induction if Southwest would agree to it, but we'll see.
Yes, ma'am. Just let me know.
All right.
Would you like me to go ahead and start?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, you guys.
Thank you.
My name's Brandy. I'm a student here at Southwest. I'm in their nursing program currently. I'm also doing a secondary degree in another science. I'm originally from Memphis, but I do a lot of traveling as well. My current career is a flight attendant, as well as any type of emergency that has to do with the airlines or the airport. So any type of recovery team or disaster team, I will be there. My major now is nursing. I'll be coming out in December, graduating with my RN, but I continue for next fall to go to Chamberlain University to get my master's from RN to MSN. And then after that, I will continue to get my doctorate so I can go into anesthesia. I am also in PTK as well as the NSLS. I'm so sorry. It was so quiet until then.
Oh, you're fine. We don't even hear anything.
Oh, I'm so shocked you didn't. It was so loud.
We
But
don't hear
I do continue to all the way to my doctorates, and after that, I'll be trying to open 3 facilities: one in Dallas, one in Memphis, and one in somewhere in Mississippi.
another wow. Wow
Yes.
to all of you. All right. Thank you very much. Any guests before we move on?
I do not. I do not.
No,
Just me tonight.
All right. That's good enough. Francisco did say that he would be in class. Is Mauricio here? No? All right. Is Destiny here? Destiny, are you here? All right. What about Vicky?
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I don't know what I hit. Hold on,
That's
y'all.
fine.
I can't even see my board again. Anyway, my name is Vicky Moore. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. Um, some of my hobbies, I think I said I like to do adult coloring books, spend time with my family, and baking. Um, I expect to graduate in the spring of 2026, and I'm also will be after I graduate to attain my bachelor's degree in social work. But I had not decided on which school I would like to attend. And I also have 3 children and 4 grandchildren, and my children is on here also.
Right.
Congratulations, Mom. So
Oh,
proud of
thank you,
you.
Peanut. Oh, thank you. I don't know what I did with this thing.
Congratulations. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Oh,
All
God.
right. One of my former students.
Hello, my name is Angela Bannon. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. My major is radiology. I expect to graduate this spring semester and join a radiology program. I am a new member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, so I'm very new at that. My hobbies are walking, listening to music, cooking new recipes, I'm married to Brian Rankins, and we have 3 children who are adults now. We've been married a very long time. After completion of school, my plans are to work at a cardiologist's office at St. Francis Hospital.
All right.
That's it.
Okay. Do you have any guests?
Well, I mean, my daughter and my husband are in the same room, but they're not online with us. So
I see. All right. Well, congratulations.
thank you.
You were a good student. I taught you. Same Angela O'Bannon I taught,
And
right?
everything that you taught stuck. It stuck there. It's there.
Well,
You're a
great.
good teacher.
Wonderful.
You're a great teacher.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. You're a great student.
Hi, everybody. I'm sorry about my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather, but my name's Ervisha Ray. I am currently a senior in the Medical Laboratory Technologist program. I'll be graduating spring of next year. I'm excelling in my class. I'm very proud of myself. I gotta give myself a round of applause. I plan to pursue my bachelor's to become a medical scientist afterwards. I am married. I have 3 kids. I do have family in here. My mother-in-law is in here. My little brother was in here. My husband's at practice with the boys, and my daughter's at cheerleading practice. I am from Strike City, Mississippi. It's from a little small town in Mississippi Delta. I am currently I'm a full-time worker in the healthcare field. I work as a lab assistant for Methodist. Very demanding job. Yes. In my spare time, I like to read. I love food. I love to sleep. I like watching older movies. Pretty much an open book. Y'all see me around campus. Hey, girl. Hey. Yeah, that's about it. Congratulations.
All right. Congratulations, Angela. And you need to get with, or I'm sorry, Ervisha, forgive me. And you need to get with Vicky on that food. She said you're loving to eat. And you know what else? I have never heard of Strike City, Mississippi. And I'm originally from Mississippi. It seems like you hear about another new town, the more you're around. There's so many of those little hit or miss towns, as you know, in Mississippi. I thought I'd heard them all. I'm from the Mississippi Delta. Never
Really?
heard
It's
of
a
it.
very interesting
Yes,
little
Itabena, Greenwood, Greenville, but I've
Mhm.
never heard of Strike City.
It's very
So
interesting. You should look it up.
yeah,
It's the history behind
I
it.
will. I will. Thank you. All right. Tia did not send in a bio. Are you here, Tia? Monica is one of my current students, and she did tell me that she had to attend class. But you do see Monica's bio displayed. And again, she's one of my current students in the United States since 1877. She's in the hybrid class that I teach on Teams.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Cherish Togle. I am originally from Memphis, but I grew up in Mason, Tennessee. My major is accounting on a transfer pathway, and this is my last semester here at Southwest. I am also a member of PTK. My hobbies are cooking, crocheting, shopping, and spending time with my husband and kids. I'm married to Joshua and I have 2 kids, a girl and a boy. And upon graduation, I'm going to University of Memphis, which I will start next spring.
All right.
And I don't have any family on here. No supporters tonight.
Okay. But we know that you have supporters. So thank you so much, Cherish.
Hello, guys. Can y'all hear me?
Yes. We're
Okay.
going to have to give you the award for the coolest slide. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
everybody else will agree. Go ahead.
So my name is Jasmine West. I am originally from Greenville, Mississippi. Shout out Mississippi Delta in the building tonight. My major is agricultural business, and I expect to graduate in the spring of 2026. I am a member of Phi Theta Kappa and the National Society of Leadership and Success. My hobbies are eating crawfish, traveling, working with animals, of course, and spending time with my family. I am married. I'm sorry I left you off, honey. And I have three beautiful children. And upon graduating Southwest, I plan to continue my work and also transfer to UT Knoxville.
All right. Thank you, Jasmine. And what is this at the bottom? Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
All right. And there used to be, some of you may have heard about it, a show called Hee Haw. Hee 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 ha ha, but yeehaw on here. All right. We have now been introduced to all of the inductees. We'll scroll back through all of the slides one more time to make sure that we did not miss anyone in your time to shine. If you want to attend our in-person induction next semester and go on stage, I'll have a space for inductees who joined virtually, but you may still participate in the in-person induction. And I'll send an email about that. It's similar to this one, except this is displayed on the big screen. And rather than reading your own biography, we have a reader who reads the bios, and then also a guest speaker, because that's a formal induction. This one is informal. So one more time, we see all of our inductees. Did we miss anyone who wants to read your bio? I guess I should have moved this over so you could get a clear view of all the slides. All right, we have now made it here where you will recite the ASL chapter pledge. And then if Miss Grady is here now, she'll read the poem Don't Quit, and you'll take the quiz together and we'll be done. This is the pledge. Again, I know that all of you are familiar with sororities, fraternities, the Divine Nine, as they're known, AKs and Deltas and Zetas and Sigma Gamma Rhos. And then, of course, for the men, Alpha Phi Alpha and Omega Psi Phi and Kappa Alpha Psi and Phi Beta Sigma and Iota Phi Theta. But this is not a sorority or a fraternity. And I didn't go down the list of all sororities and fraternities. So let's read together this pledge, and then you will officially be part of Alpha Sigma Lambda. And I have just a few other things to go over with you. Are you ready? So as new members of ASL, you too will now read the pledge to strive to be first in scholarship and leadership, which is the motto. Ready, inductees? Let's read together. I promise to
uphold
the ideals. I should, on the count of three, let's start over. 1, 2, 3. I promise
Promise to
to
uphold
uphold
the
ideas
ideals
and
and
further
further
the
the
aims
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 of
of
Alpha
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 Sigma
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 Lambda,
Lambda.
Lambda,
To my colleagues,
believing
believing
that
Believing
by
that
that
and
by
by
doing
so
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 doing,
I
I
shall
they
shall
shall
increase
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 my
my
increase the
value to my
value
value
to my
to my
college
to
college
college
and
college
to
and
my
and to
my
my
and my
community.
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 Congratulations, Alpha Sigma Lambda inductees. And we have this torch lighting your torches. And when you're inducted in person, you will light a candle. And we also see Jasmine has celebratory uh, uh, things that are going off there too. Balloons or something I saw, confetti. So congratulations. If you count, there are 22 inductees on program. And so this is why we have 27 2 lights. All right. We have now made it to the poem, Don't Quit. Is Miss Grady here to read Don't Quit? Get a volunteer to read Don't Quit with emphasis, if you will. Who wants to do this? Don't Quit. This is the adopted poem of Alpha Sigma Lambda. We read this poem at every induction. And this is a poem that we're preaching to the choir. You already know this, but I think that it's still very motivational and it's good to hear. So who will read this poem by John Greenleaf Whittier? Don't Quit.
I can if you want me to.
All right, go ahead.
When things
Thank
go
you.
wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're traveling seems to all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care's pressing you down a bit, resting you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a failure turns about when they might have won had they stuck it out. Don't give up, though the peace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and falter a man. Often the struggle has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late when the night came down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit.
Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you. Thank you for volunteering and thank you for reading Don't Quit, the adopted poem of Alpha Sigma Lambda. We're almost to the finish line. So again, welcome to Alpha Sigma Lambda. Please take note of our community service and service learning opportunities, and I will go over these again at the chapter meeting, but I do want to just give you the general description since some students don't return after being recognized. They get this on the diploma, the seal on the diploma, and ASL on the transcript. We don't see them again. Chapter, college, community. This is the threefold focus. These are the foci of ASL. The chapter is Alpha Sigma Lambda, and there are ways to serve the chapter by participating as an officer, by writing an article for the torch, by sending and by agreeing to publish the birthdays or send start a group chat and send happy birthday wishes to other Alpha Sigma Lambda members, by helping with the helping us to get a website going. We do have a YouTube channel, and I will upload this video to the YouTube channel, but it would be, those are ways that you can serve the chapter. In serving the chapter, you're also serving the college, but the college has events such as, I have asked to make Scholars of Service the service organization that's separate from Alpha Sigma Lambda. I haven't gotten the approval so far, but I would love to. But Southwest has service learning opportunities such as cleaning up the college, such as the big community service event that was done at homecoming. You will need to sign a release and hold harmless form if you are performing community service. And the Dorothy Day House is one example of community service. That is our adopted charity, the Dorothy Day House for the homeless. And Dr. Joyce Johnson said that she will be reviving the Earth Day 5K. There's been a 2-year hiatus for that very, very fun 5K that also gives back, and it's educational, helps to teach about Earth Day. And so This is her 5K event, but in collaboration with the Science Club. I've run in that 5K at least 3 times. I've had students to help with serving the water and the snacks and just the maps for the run. And it is held on campus. I believe she said that she will hold the 5K again this year. The Hungry Turkey Run for Thanksgiving, and then any canned food drives that we have through Southwest. These serve the community. Again, there's overlap. So I won't go over Dorothy Day House in this setting, but I'll pause so that this is displayed on screen. And when you watch the video, you can stop and read through. And I always like to shout out a couple of our past presidents. This will be in the quiz on tonight. Catania, that's how she pronounces her first name rather than Catania, Catania Warner. And she spearheaded the big service project that you see there, where she made these love gifts for Thanksgiving or Christmas or Thanksgiving for the Dorothy Day House. This was Thanksgiving. And I took the picture, but I helped with unloading. And then that's us dropping those off. But that was then. We want to have some more service. Angel Tree, she also spearheaded this event that very same year where we raised the funds. Actually, we asked for money through that ad hoc position. She was our SAC representative. There's a presentation involved, and we were awarded the funds to buy the gifts for students. This was an old Dorothy Day House visit. This displays a t-shirt with me wearing it. And I told you the names of the students who participated. This is a Hungry Turkey Run. And these students distributed goods, helped with passing out t-shirts. I ran that year in Hungry Turkey, not in a t-shirt. And then this is our oldest community service project. That's Celeste, and that's MIFA. Students are encouraged to order a t-shirt at their own expense, although we will ask if we can get a SAC representative, we can probably get some t-shirts, but a student has to request the funds, and then we can use these to buy at least a few t-shirts for those who participate in community service and service learning. I won't go over the difference between the two. I'll do that at chapter meeting. We also need a participant every year in Southwest Leadership Institute, SLI, to be discussed at the chapter meeting. And I've already displayed on screen Alicia Tucker, our one and only scholarship recipient. Not that others weren't qualified to get the scholarship, but there's a certain rubric, there's certain qualifications that have to be met in order to request a scholarship. And these are the evaluation criteria. The torch, last point that I'll cover, and then the quiz. This is the chapter newsletter. The national newsletter is called the Midnight Oil. The chapter newsletter is the torch, and that's an acronym for Task Force on Reaching and Climbing Higher. Task Force on Reaching and Climbing Higher. And I will display pictures of past editions of the torch. Again, this is how you can serve the chapter, by being editor for the torch. I edited the ones that you see displayed, but this is not my major, my field, obviously. I do want to have at least one edition of the torch per semester. I would love to have once a month for the 9 months that school is in session, but at least one per semester after each induction just to celebrate and shout out our new inductees. If we can get students to participate, and students can meet without the advisors, just get a group meet, a chat going, and just communicate with one another. If you are participating in something that requires you to go off campus and do community service, then the sponsors do need to be involved. We have to be involved in fundraisers. There's a certain way that the fundraisers have to be done so that we don't violate college policy and honor society protocol. And then there's a certain form that's called a release and hold harmless form that must be signed prior to participating in community service. So this is a student honor society. And if you will be willing to participate, do let me know. But that's the torch. And so in the edition for this semester, what I'll do is just take your pictures and crop them and it'll look the way that you see this here. Again, available at student expense. Not only t-shirts for service or just if you want a t-shirt. This t-shirt, if you want, you can choose a different one. This looks almost like a sorority or fraternity t-shirt with those Greek letters. You might have students asking, so what sorority is that? But there are other shirts. And if you're a man, what fraternity is that? But there are other shirts that are available. That's just the one that I happen to order when I order t-shirts. And I believe yes, those were at my expense. And I gifted one to Celeste for service. This is what the seal looks like. This is what your certificate will look like. And that's what the seal looks like. Ordered in sets of 5. Are there any past members who are present? So we do roll call. No. I do save slides, and I have back farther than this, but slides from previous inductions. This is the one for the virtual induction in spring 2025. That's the first virtual induction we've ever had in the spring. The one in spring 2026 will be in person. We only do virtual in the fall. And then these are the inductees for fall 2024. And that one was virtual as always. And this is the one for spring 2024. We did have a speaker. I do believe that I hid the slide with the speaker, but let me unhide that slide right quick. Maybe I deleted it. It was this induction. This is the one. And it's in the quiz. That's the only reason I'm showing it. Alma Rutledge, Dean of Students, was the speaker at that particular induction. We're almost done. Bear with me. Told you 8:30, so I'll have you out of here by then. And then this induction was in fall of 2022, virtual induction. And then this was an in-person induction. And I'll show you that speaker. May have passed by him. There we are. Carlos Smith. All right, we are done, except for, please stay about 10 more minutes for the quiz. And this is a Jubilee game. Jubilee games for ASL. This is a game that I designed. I was going to have us to play a Kahoot, but I figured that would take longer. And some students might have problems logging in. So I decided to keep it Jubilee. I almost changed to Kahoot and said I could use Jubilee for warm up, but then I said that will prolong it and it already takes an hour and a half. So I pulled up old Jubilee. The system would not let me into my most recent Jubilee game. So this is the one from the fall. I believe. And so it has some questions that don't need to be there. So we may skip some. Once we do this, though, you'll see your virtual cake again, and we will be done. All right, get ready to play Jubilee. Rather than having you type the answers in the chat, just yell them out. These are the categories. This is an old game. Again, the most recent one that I revised slightly, and there's an error in this one too. Jeopardy has 6 categories and 30 questions. This has 7, and you see 35. The full one has 50 questions because Jubilee means 50. It's named for a celebration in the Old Testament every 7 Sabbaths or after the 49th year, 50 years. All right, so yell out the answers and then we're done. The national office of ASL is located in this state.
Illinois.
Illinois. Great. The Alpha or first chapter was organized at this university.
Northwestern University.
Chapters that offer induction only are known as these.
Honorary.
Honorary chapters. We can consider him the essential founder of ASL.
Dr. Posey.
Dr. Posey. Alpha Sigma Lambda is sometimes also called this.
ASL.
Yes, but of these possible answers.
The first, is it?
From these answers that are on screen. Can you all see them?
Oh,
I can't see the screen.
No.
You can't see my
No.
screen?
No,
No.
we're still on the program.
We're still on the PowerPoint.
You still can't see my screen?
Now we can.
You all missed all that other stuff that was on my screen?
Yes.
The society.
Oh, I wish I had known that. I thought you could see my screen. It had up that I was sharing. I should
We
have
just
asked.
listened to you very carefully at the beginning of the call.
Right.
Oh, I wish you had
Exactly.
told me. I thought I was sharing. You missed so much, but not to worry. I do believe that in Zoom on the recording you'll be able to see it. I wish I'd known that. Of course, I'm not going to stop and go back over it. I thought my screen was showing. And the answer is the society. All right. Did you all see your torches when you were inducted?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's the last thing you saw on screen? Oh, no.
No, the
All
program.
right, chapter history. Let's hurry on. The inaugural or first induction was held in April of this year.
2016.
2016. Newly inducted members who pay an induction fee received all of the following except, and there may be 2 answers now.
And honor cord and certificate cover.
Right, honor cord and certificate cover. Very good. So you'll get a pen, a certificate, and a bookmark. This is the name of the Southwest.
The midnight oil.
Midnight oil.
Southwest
Midnight
newsletter.
oil.
Students always miss that.
The
torch.
The torch. Ours is the torch.
The torch.
Task force on reaching and climbing higher. 2 of 3 purposes are retention and recruitment. This is the third. Recognition.
Recognition, recruitment, and
This is the Greek letter name of the Southwest chapter of ASL.
Sigma, Tau, I don't know. D.
Sigma Tau sign. Right. ASL symbols and slogans. This is the meaning of alpha.
First.
This is the meaning of lambda. That's right. Leadership. And this is the meaning of sigma. If I'm going fast, I'm
Scholarship.
Scholarship. This is the full meaning of alpha, sigma, lambda.
First is scholarship and leadership.
First in scholarship and leadership. This is the only symbol below that is found on the shield of ASL.
A book.
The book. All right, sponsors and past officers. she's not, she's currently the treasurer.
The
C.
far
Miss G.
Miss
Miss
Miss G.
G. Professor
Professor
Gafarian.
G.
The very first student president was
Celeste Riley.
That's Riley.
Celeste Riley.
Celeste Riley.
She's a past vice president, and she received the national scholarship.
Alicia Tucker. Alicia Tucker, I mean.
Tucker. She
Alicia
spearheaded care packages that she personally made.
Tanya
Warner.
Tanya Warner. This is the correct position or spelling of the position that I hold.
The second, the
C.
third one. The third one.
The third one.
It's the third one. Chapter counselor. It's the third one, not the first one. And then the others are misspellings there. Service opportunities. The adopted charity for ASL has the slogan, keeping homeless families together. I didn't go over that.
Dorothy
but it's
Day House.
Day House. Dorothy Day House. And adult students have to have a minimum GPA of 3.25, although we prefer a 3.5. When we started out, it was 3.75, but preferred is 3.5, but 3.25 is what the national office requires. ASL has participated in what 5K with the Science Club, and it's their 5K. Right, it's the Earth Day, and that's Dr. Johnson's 5K, not mine. I just participate when she holds it. Hungry Turkey is in the month of November. The 3C foci, or the foci is the plural of focus. Chapter, college, and
Community.
We're almost done. We don't currently have officers, unfortunately. But the most recent past president was Amy Calhoun Rogers. Most recent vice president was Marshall Fields. And the most recent publicist was Erica Koenig. This officer position is ad hoc. And you attend meetings and vote on whether or not we receive funds for community service and so on. And it's SAC, and that stands for Saluki Activity Council. ASL officers in good standing have the option of attending this annual workshop. I did talk about that, but my screen wasn't displayed. And it's SLI, Student Leadership Institute. And then we won't go over this to say, every induction is held where? In the spring. When it's held in the spring, where do we hold it?
Fulton Auditorium.
Fulton, which is on
Macon
Cove campus. So Fulton on Macon. And I think that's the one I highlighted incorrectly. I told you one was incorrect. No, that's not it. And you don't have to have this one, but the answer was Alma Rutledge. And then what's the ASL poem?
Don't quit.
Yep, don't quit.
And the number of inductees tonight on program for tonight is 22. And this is November. It's November. The usual induction fee is
$25.
$25. All right, that's it. Thank you. You made it, but don't sign off yet. Bear with me just a second. I'm not going to go back over these slides that were missed. But what I do want to do is just scroll through them and then we're done. I promise you. Since I want this to be displayed, I think if my screen was not shared, it's not displayed. And so you can go back and match up what I talked about. But I think the last thing you saw was this. So all that I'm going to do is literally scroll through to the end. I think don't quit displayed because you read that. I don't know if you saw the 3C focus and SOS or Scholars of Service. I don't know if you saw these slides. You did see, you saw Katanja?
Yes, I saw those.
Yeah. You saw this. Okay, you saw this. You saw the t-shirt?
Yes.
All right, I thought you all said this. You saw the torch?
Yes. I saw the torch as well. I didn't see the last
You
part.
saw the inductees?
We didn't see the beginning of the test.
Yes, that.
Oh, that was the only thing you didn't see. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Well, then let me show you the beginning of that. And I promise you we are done. The Jubilee game, the first few questions, we'll scroll through there. Thought my screen was displayed. It was not. And so this is what it looks like. And you only missed the first few, but I'll just scroll back through and then put you on the good night slide. And we will end at 8:30 as planned. So I didn't
Yeah,
keep you over.
Dr.
Try not to
Gray,
do that.
Dr. Gray, I would like to ask those inductees that have not paid yet to please drop the check made out to Southwest, or they can drop cash in a sealed envelope under my office door so I can deposit it in the next
By any
week or
chance, where are you at so I
Thank
can
you.
drop
we
Thank
cash
you.
off?
my office is located in the Macon Academic Building. I am
All right.
upstairs in the
Right. We'll
B-Wing
do that. All right.
room
And we'll email you.
1D.
That would be
All
great
right.
if
Well,
you could go ahead and send me
Yeah,
an email.
we're
right.
gonna
Well,
send
we'll email you. That's fine. So here's your cake. This is the cake that is served at the well, a cake exactly like this at the spring induction every year. And thank you very much. Good
Thank
night
you.
and
Thank
welcome
Thank
again.
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Have a good
Alpha
night.
Sigma
you.
Nice to meet
Lambda.
you, everyone.
There's the
Thank
torch. It's going.
you.
It's going.
Bye.
I'm going to take this down
Congratulations,
now.
everybody.
Congratulations, everyone.
Bye.
Congratulations. Let's see what was in the chat. You can go ahead and log off. And we just have
Dr. Gray, before I leave, were you
yes.
aware that the chapter, the link to the chapter on the national website is broken?
That's the national website. And so I
Okay.
will you can just log in and it's easy to Google and I'll replace the link. But it's easy to
Okay.
find our national website. I'm also
Oh yeah,
going
I
to
found, yeah, that's when I looked up the chapters, I found our chapter on it. When I clicked on it, it said, oops. So,
okay.
and
But you did look it up.
yeah, I looked it up. I haven't gotten there yet. And the second question was going to be for Miss G. What was the amount that we need to the registration?
Let me stop the recording. I was trying not to
Okay.
have that in the
Oh,
in the
sorry about
recording.
that.
But yeah, it's $25 though.
25. Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
All right. Okay. So good night to everyone. And again, congratulations. Thank you for your attendance. All right. Good night, everyone.